welcome to another Monday night here at Near Nirvana YouTube channel. This is Cover Lovers presented to you by Team Nerd Herd. Glad you joined us. And we pull you away from Netflix and watching Monday Night Raw's premiere night here. I know that a lot of folks are watching that tonight. So you can always press pause and watch it later and watch us first. My name is West Coast Big Rob here on IP, and I am here with
Panthro and Panthro's head. Hey, Dale, come on over here. There's a story that I'm sure Jeff will tell you in just a second, which is why those are our names tonight. But you all know Dale. Here he is. And I am Mike. And we are ready to geek out for another Monday. Winter break is over. Sad times. Back to real work now. Boo. It was okay. Today was a boring day. But you had fun, right? You had fun today? You had a good day? Good. Ready to look at some covers. Jeff, how are you today?
Well, I'm still recovering from the flu.
Ooh.
You weren't on our Saturday show, but my flu was so bad I blacked out in the shower and hit my head on the edge of the tub. So I've been having a great last 5 days.
Did you come up with the flux capacitor?
No. I think I figured out. No, I didn't figure out anything.
Figured out that your action figures are missing heads. Our action figures' heads are falling off.
See, no one's gonna believe me. I swear, this is not the first time this happened to me. And yeah, so I bought this 3 years ago at Super 7. And this is what's in it. There's no head. And there's no accessories. So, yay. That's my Monday going for me.
Yay! Boo.
Happy New Year to everyone else.
Yes, Happy New Year, everybody, though.
Thanks, Dale. Big Rob, you're muted.
Kinda. I'm going through this tape here. Yeah. So let's. So we're all do our introductions here for today. So let's get up some sponsors. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days unlimited cover price for 99 cents. Go to cover price. And if you're new to the website, sign up from an account. Type in the code Nirvana14. And you get 30 days for 99 cents. So that's cover price for 99 cents. Check them out. Also, some Adversity Comics. When you buy some books, type in the code TNH10 and get 10% off your purchase over there at Bird City Comics. And don't forget to stop by DisplayGeek.com. DisplayGeek.com. Type in the word Team Nerd and save 10% off your first purchase of the beautiful Funko Pop displays at DisplayGeek.com. Let's hit up the chat. It's got a lot of names in there. So, of course, always first to the show is GT Comics or GT Key Comics. I'm sorry, with a thumbs up. And Shiki, let's effing go. We got BB Hardcore Comics. Hello, everyone. And Terry Floyd. Hey, y'all. I'll do a sudden. Hey, y'all. So, Tim Stacy. Heard. What's going on, Tim? Igor, the man with the comics. Hey, Monday, everyone. I saw you on, what was it, Saturday night, right, with Brian. That was a pretty cool show. And GT again. And that's it. Oh, yep. Didn't take a night off wrestling. Oh, it was a pretty good end. I watched the first few matches. Pretty good show today. They're in LA. They're at the Staples Center, I believe.
Did Brian do his cover of the year? Is that what that one was?
I believe so, and they were down to, I think it was the Monsters, the Bride, and I guess the Pinocchio, the Wonder Woman.
Oh
yeah, those were the two finalists. I don't think they've decided on who's the winner.
Well,
I don't know.
Because that other one, the Zenoscope one, I mean, I'd be fine with just the regular $5 version. I know she's not wearing pants in the Virgin one, but come on.
Yeah. Well, they had a lot of great covers. It was a big pool of books they pulled out of that show, but they got down to those two. That's what the audience voted. Pretty much, we have a lot of the same audience in this one.
It's got to be the Monsters book. I mean, it's a regularly priced book that's like $200+ raw.
Yeah, just everything entitled. It's supposed to be based on the art, but
the art's amazing too.
Yeah,
I think it's better than the Panosian. The Panosian is beautiful.
He'll announce it next Friday. So it's a good survey he sought after, and it's a good general thought of the community. What's the best cover? And I think the community kind of have a general consensus that Monsters cover is probably the best cover.
How can it not be?
All right, is that it? Did I miss anything, Jeff? Did I miss anything, Panthro? Sorry, mispronounced your name.
I can think of.
Okay. All right.
No.
Present arms.
You're gonna go clean.
And let's go. Team Nerd Herd. That's us here on your Nirvana YouTube channel. Cover lovers. And incentives. And just FYI, we don't have any store exclusives because Mr. Aloha himself, Alonzo, is in Hawaii celebrating life in general.
Life is hard, huh? Wow.
Yeah, he sent some beautiful.
Hi, Trish.
Trish, what's up?
Yo, Trish in the house.
Well, that's nice.
So he just gave us the incentives, and I'm a busy man. I didn't have time to add. It's a good little number of covers here for you guys. If there's a short show, blame Alonzo.
It's all right. You know what? I really could care less about the store exclusives.
Which Carla, Igor? I'm curious which cover you're talking about. She's had a lot of bangers.
I'm still upset that the Carla cover got cheated out of the top 8.
I don't know which Carla cover you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
For me, it's that Selena Red Sonia. Damn, that thing's.
It might have been that one. I'm not sure.
Unbelievable.
The NYCC
the NYCC one. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Rudy, what's up, man? Welcome. All right. Daredevil. Unleash Hell. Marvel Red Band exclusive content. They got the 1 in 25 by Joel Jones, the 1 in 50 by the legendary Joe Quesada, and the 1 in 100 by the Joshua Swaby. Mike, thoughts?
I don't know. I don't really like the Swaby, whatever we're calling him these days. I want to like it because it's got that sort of, I don't know, timeless incentive feel to it, but there's something weird about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like parts of it are nice and smooth and rounded and other parts are really angular, and the two things are kind of clashing in my brain for some reason. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Or maybe it's something about, I don't really know. It's a pretty cover, but it sort of doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of forgettable. Whereas something about the Quesada really does it for me. Maybe it's the sort of spot colorness of it that I dig. It kind of has an old school electric cover feel to it. And I really like that. There's a ton of detail in that background piece, all those pillars and columns and statues and stuff. And then she really pops really nicely. The Joel Jones is a good cover, but it just looks like an A cover to me. So that's definitely a no. So I think I'm at the Quesada. The Swaby's not bad, but the Quesada just does it for me.
You're with Mr. Quesadilla. All right, Jeff.
Yes.
I agree that Joel looks like a regular cover. So I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad art. Yeah, it's actually I would say it's an A cover. I think I know what's wrong with the Swaby. I liked it until I saw the shoulder, and that's a man.
Maybe that's it.
Because that's just too much.
It might be the Superman jaw she's carrying,
Yeah, there's that too.
Maybe that too. The little shadow on her cheek, that it just looks kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the rest of it's great. But that really bothers me because it's right the focus. So right the center. So Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Casada. I just wouldn't pay 150 for that. Even well,
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
yeah, just
Okay. I get it.
you'd hope you get it for like 20, 25 bucks, but that ain't happening. It's Joe Casada.
Just real quick, Swaby, he's at Momoko level on this one, and that's not a compliment. So yeah, there's all kinds of imperfections. That left leg is just killing me, dude. That shit, the perspective on that's pretty bad. Yeah, I agree that Joel Jones is just cover A. It's a solid cover A. Nothing wrong with it. It's just maybe we've seen too much of this type of art on regular covers, so it's nothing special to us at this point. We're a little jaded with it. And I know I'm surprised no one mentioned the Casada very Hellboyish vibe there.
Yeah, maybe that's the vibe I'm getting. You're right. That's what it is.
Yeah, very Hellboy.
Yeah, and Terry, you're right. From far away, the thumbnail, it looks like she's a raccoon in that Swaby. So it looks like she's got like a weird, like, I don't know, Zorro mask on or something. Well, I know it's her hair, but still.
The Casada also is like with the whole looks Roman kind of, old world statues and stuff around. So, I mean, the art is fine on that.
Yeah, so I think Casada in general is the better cover and just better work. All right, let's move on. Magik #1. It should be a pretty big book this week. I got up a couple of big numbers here, so it's going to be highly printed. This is the 1 in 100 by Ji Hong Lee, and the 1 in 200 by the mighty and powerful David Nakayama. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But Jeff.
Okay, so first I'm going to say we all went crazy after we found out that was the Ji Hong Lee. Is that what it was? Was that the one that Alonzo bought or was looking for?
I think so. I'm pretty sure he bought that one.
Yeah, because it's a really great cover. I didn't know it was a version of the A or B cover, and it's a 1 in 100, which is crazy.
Very dynamite of Marvel to do this.
And the same thing with the Nakayama. That's crazy. It's 1 in 200. The only thing is, I think they've got the little fanboys on the hook because there's a lot of people who love the character Magik. Yes, there's one right up there. My LCS owner is one of those people, and I'm not gonna lie, these are both good pieces of art. I even thought the Nakayama was a store exclusive, but like a better store exclusive, like a worthy store exclusive.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I hate picking between these because they're like versions of the regular cover. So if you're not paying these prices, go get the trade dresses, please. But if you're a fan, you know what you do. You take an arm and a leg and you give it away. I would pick God. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the Nakayama a little bit more. And I'm not saying the Lee is bad. I'm just saying it's like it's 1A and then it's 1B at this point. But the Nakayama looks beautiful. I like that it's not one note in the background. I like that it's not the same poses he puts all his characters in, and it's not a negative space. So this is good art. The details on the outfit and her hair flowing, I love it. The sword glowing. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Nakayama pieces in a while.
All right, Mike.
Exactly the same with me. I'm really happy to see Nakayama actually take some time with a cover, show us what he's got, remind us that he's capable of a cover like this, because we haven't gotten a whole lot of them recently. And I get that there's the trope that everyone likes, that the work goes into doing that. I mean, you get to basically erase 75% of the cover by doing it that way. So this is what we love him for. It's a really good cover. And the Lee is cool too, because he's taken some chances on this one. This is not regular Ji-Hung Lee. This has got some stylistic choices that are odd for him, and it's cool. It works for this character. It works, and it's maybe a little bit too over exaggerated for me. Just like he maybe jumped the shark just a touch on it, which is maybe why I like the Nakayama a little bit better. But I'm with Jeff. This is like 1A, 1B, but I'm totally not paying up for these virgins when I can get them both as trade dress covers for $5 or $4 or $6 or whatever they cost. So both solid. I'll probably buy them both as regular covers because I really like the character.
Yes, this is going to have to go into the inbox, the pull box.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing that I don't like about Nakayama's is his signature placement. Like smack in the middle of the book.
If he put it right under the butt cheeks, he would have been fine.
Yeah, right?
Does anybody know the story?
No, I don't.
Neither.
It's Magik. She wields a sword. She goes to hell sometimes.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead,
I was gonna say, nobody notices she's like super BDSM. That's like a giant paddle she's holding, literally, to just spanky spank. So this is super erotic, dude. This totally is.
Well, I mean, her outfit's been like that the whole time. So I mean,
yeah, and that's
kind of fits.
I remember clearly Magik was not that popular 30 years ago or 20.
No.
And suddenly in the last 10 years, she's been really popular. And her outfit's been morphing slowly but surely to this. And voila, she's very popular.
Well, they tried to make her popular. They did make a Magik miniseries.
Yeah, nothing like tits and ass to sell a book. But
teenagers.
I'm sorry, you kind of stuck to buy the Virgin because that trade dress is literally a shit stain on the cover.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty fucking awful, dude.
It is pretty bad.
I could do better, and I know that. So that's a shit stain on the book.
It is sad.
So
it's not as bad as the Hulk.
Oh, Hulk's the worst still.
Yeah. and I'm pretty sure this is overprinted, so you can probably get these less for 100. But I might be wrong. But there's got to be a ton of these.
There has to be a million freaking store exclusives because it's Magik.
Yeah, so there's thousands of these incentives. So, all right, good luck. Or not that, maybe hundreds, maybe 1,000. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe they printed 500,000. Oh, I know.
It's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be close to that.
Limbo, baby. All right, that's what you got. Absolute Batman number 4. I'll probably buy the hardcover for this one because I'm interested about the story of it. I don't give a shit about the art. The story is what interests me. The 1 in 25 by James Herron and the 1 in 50 by Jorge Fornes. Mike, I know you like kind of cartoonish, over grotesque characters. How do you feel about this?
That's a little much for me. Although I don't really hate it. It's a lot like it's a lot like the Magik. It's just like one step too far for me. Because I don't actually mind over exaggerating Batman like that. And I think it's actually kind of fun. And it sort of harkens back to some of that like Copper Age stuff that some of us grew up with.
But also very Dark Knight-ish as well. Exactly.
So there's a little of that sort of, so in a way it's a little nostalgic, but I think it's just a little too much on this particular one. And I actually don't mind the Fornes. Mr. P. Stain himself comes back to redeem himself on a Bats book. I like the vibe of it. I realize that there's nothing overly complex about it, but at the end of the day, simplicity sometimes wins the game. The rain looks good. The lines on it look good. The contrast looks good. Cool lighting. I think he kind of got that right with the lightning behind him and how it would reflect off of his sort of the tops of everything. It's a good solid cover. It's not a 1 in 50, but I can see it being like a 1 in 10. Like I'd dig it at 1 in 10, but certainly not $50. I don't think it will go for $50. I think it'll be probably half that, but it's the Fornes for me.
cool. The Hornet. I think the harem brings me back to the McFarlane toys in the 90s. That's what it brings me.
Yeah, it does kind of. You're right.
Yeah, that's because I guarantee he did a Batman like that.
Or the
before.
1995 reissues of the Star Wars figures that were all
jacked up Luke
all
Skywalker.
jacked up Luke. Yeah,
I've
got a prototype. I've got a prototype of the Han.
Yeah, the Han's ridiculous. Even Chewie got like jacked up muscles, dude.
Yeah, even Leia looks jacked too.
Even Graf Mark Tarkin.
It's bad.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, the first cover, the Heron cover, is not bad. It's just, I would say it's like a B or C cover. I would even say even an A cover for DC, but it is a bit over the top. It's like this is like Bane Batman, where he's got the big body and the little head.
Yeah.
What was that tale when we were growing up? Like the Gulliver? No, the giant who like all the little people like tie down to the ground. God,
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, Gulliver's Travels. Yeah. So I mean, it gives me that little vibe, but no, it's just cool for what it is, but not an incentive. I agree, the Hornets is good. What I really appreciate about the Hornets is that he harkens back to like the old Batman, where there's like a sound effect spelled out for you right there.
Yeah,
you know, kaboom or krakoom or whatever.
I do like that.
I even like it that he put it at the end of the lightning, so it kind of makes sense as well. I dig the shadowy Batman hanging from the wall, looking kind of tired or wearisome, but he's still raring to go. So I really like it. I just don't. I would say at best maybe a 1 in 25, but yeah, I'm not paying 150 prices, and I think Mike is absolutely right. It is probably going to be about a $25 book. So if you're lucky, go get it. But the only other thing that would make me say it might be a little bit more is just because the absolute Batman stuff, the absolute stuff is on a roll right now. So everyone wants in on the game, right?
Yeah.
So
it's true.
That's my only caveat.
Yeah, well, how dare Hornet draw Batman without a peace thing though?
He might have it. It just might be in the shadows, you know.
No. He's got a peace stream.
Was this the scene before he pissed on his pants? He was like, I gotta go in. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Episode 0 right here.
Yeah. James Herron's cover is okay if you're into it, but for me, it's pretty basic. Nothing really interesting about it. The Skull's touch doesn't really get me going for nothing, so it's fine. But it's just a silly generic cover.
Yeah, Keith.
Definitely some Sam Keith vibes there.
The Forness, it has some interesting aspects of it, but it's still pretty standard for Batman, dude. You really got to bring it because Batman's been done to death. There's so many different variant covers, so many different iconic covers.
Terrifying.
So it's like they're both kind of meh to me. But if I had to pick one and they're both $5 a piece, I'm picking the Fornez just on the art. So
yeah, Krakoom.
I thought it said Crackum.
It's Coom. There's 2 O's there.
There's 2 there.
They're up. They're above each other.
Or it's Crackatum.
I thought it was an E. We're just missing the left side of the E. Oh, okay. All right, let's move on. Green Hornet, Miss Fury #1 by Mark Spears. The hottest artist at the moment. We got a 1 in 7.
1 in 7.
Yeah, that's Dynamite playing with the numbers again. Mike?
Miss Fury. I love Miss Fury. That's awesome. I didn't realize that was coming back. That's super cool. Anyone Golden Age fans out there, some good old Schomburg covers on the originals are super badass. This is cool. There's some realistic body choices here, which is actually I kind of dig that he went in that direction. Has sort of a Ross feel to it, which really his art just does in general. good color choices, nice contrast. I think this is a really, really nice cover. And actually, I do hate the trade dress, so I would prefer this as a version. I think the trade dress kind of ruins the flow of all of it, the lines, the angle, all of the fluidity of it. This is good. It's good to see him do a non-monster book really well. If you don't mind like I said, some of the natural body choices that he's chosen to do here, which I actually like that he did, then I think you're probably with me and you like it.
This is the most Alex Ross I've seen out of him so far. So
yeah, definitely.
Very Alex Ross. Jeff.
I'm muted. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's it's not beating any of his monster stuff, but
no.
Everything looks fine. I can't say anything wrong. I mean, other than that Green Hornet mask is kind of crazy. I've never seen a Green Hornet mask like that. I'm pretty sure he used to just have the little eyes, right? The eye mask. Like
I don't know.
I've never seen that mask.
Well, it's obviously a modern Green Hornet, right? So I don't know what the story is.
Must be. I mean, well, there have been multiple Green Hornets in the past. So, but yeah.
It almost looks like he has like four-leaf clover on his mouth.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I got to get used to it. I guess I have to see it like straight on. I've never seen it like that before. A 1 in 7, yeah, that's deceiving because because he's so hot, you're definitely going to pay more than 1 in 10 prices for this. I'm sure this is minimum $15-$20, if not more.
I think $20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an OG for anyone that wants to compare costumes.
Oh yeah, I thought she had red in it. She used to have red in her costume, right?
No, on her, the inside of her cape is red.
Yes, that's
what
like
he didn't draw the cape.
There you go.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I don't remember what number 6. When it matters, they all kind of look the same.
That's crazy. That's a Golden Age book.
Yeah, it's I don't know what year.
Just pulling out Golden Age books left and right. Just down. Good Lord.
Both of you guys already went, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I dig it. I like it. I just like that Miss Fury's coming back. I think that's cool enough as it is.
I like it. I like the details of Green Hornet, like just the details on her, and then you look at his jacket and like all the details in the coat. I really like it. So
to me, there's 2 positives. It's different from Monsters, great, and it's really good art. The only negative I think is a little too close to Alex Ross. So
yeah, but there's a bunch of people who are like that.
Yeah, but this is pretty extreme.
Yeah, this is dead on.
Dead on, pretty much.
I would have thought this was a Ross if you didn't tell me it was Spear.
100%. I would have seen this. And you didn't put his picture right there. I would have assumed it was Alex Ross. So he has to be careful in the future, like not to be just to make sure he's a little different, not too closely to. Just puts a little something to find a little different touch to it. I know I'm not an expert. I know Mark is, but as a consumer, that's what I would want. So.
Yeah, but that's not really his fault. I don't think he's like.
Well, that's just his style preference. Like I said, it's easy to judge Monday morning quarterback in there, but. It's just a preference of mine. Maybe I'm the only one, but that's just what I think.
I get it.
All right. The Lucky Devils number 1.
Fuck.
1 in 50. When is that Wolverine cover coming out? The Wolverine and was it Spider-Man? I can't remember. It was like Wolverine and somebody else on the cover. Jeff, do you know?
What's that?
When is the chat? No, I think they just solicited a Wolverine.
Sabretooth, wasn't it? Was it Sabretooth?
I don't know, but it's by far. I think at this point, I think he's trolling.
I know which one you're talking about. The one we talked about last week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Was it that one? It was two characters, with Wolverine and somebody else.
I think it was last week. Yeah, because I couldn't see it, and I said
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, this is better than that because I feel like he's trolling us. This is actually like I feel like there's some.
Yeah, but this isn't like known character, so it's not like we have something compared to.
No, yeah, you can say all
as
that,
a base.
But the his art style kind of works with these particular characters because they're demons, right? So they have to be abstract, kind of grotesque, kind of weird looking. So it comes out like, okay, well, I could accept it. We know if it's Wolverine, it has to look a certain way. If it's Spider-Man, it has to look a certain way. This is some random demons, and it makes sense. I actually kind of like the color version of this. The black and white, the color looks pretty decent in my opinion. This is probably some of Frank Miller's best work in the past year.
Yeah, but did he color it?
Well, I don't know about the color. It doesn't matter. He drew the fucking pencils.
Yeah, well, look at the pencils. You said, eh.
No, with the black and white, you put color on it. Dude, you can't shut on Frank Miller the whole time. You got to give him some fucking credit. I'm like, it's like.
Do I?
No, I don't.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody hold his hand. At least he fucking tried on this one. And so I'll give him a little credit. It looks decent for him. For anybody else, it would have been shit. But for him, it looks decent. 1 in 50? Hell no. Does it deserve a puke all over the book face? No, I don't think so. I think that's being harsh on him. Mike.
I want someone to tell me. I want someone to message me and tell me that Frank draws these with his eyes closed. Then I'll be impressed. But otherwise, this is.
You say it. Say it.
Some money grab shit right here. So I think he must be trolling us. No, this is not his worst piece over the last couple of years that we've been looking at this stuff. There's at least some notion of artistry here, but like the dude's got to realize he isn't what he once was, and just hang it up and don't.
He has grandkids to feed, Mike. So it's like
I know, but man, his legacy is.
So... Dude, if people are buying my books, I'll be the same way. I don't give a fuck. Just give me my $10 and let's move on.
I guess so. I don't know. I feel
God,
like
he probably makes more money if he just went to cons.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all
I don't know. Sketch this stuff on people's blanks for $500 a piece, and people would run out as ecstatic. But I don't know. I can't get behind it. I can't. It feels like there's some underhanded shit going on. I just can't.
Maybe he has bad habits and he bets on the races and he owes a lot of fucking money.
I don't know. I want something that's reminiscent of what we all know he's capable of. Go back to those Daredevil books, man. They're so good. I mean, even
Daredevil, the Dark Knight.
Stylized. Yeah, it's all stylized, but it still looks super cool. Like he had an understanding of how to use that style to tell a story. Now
he was consistent.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't work. I mean, you go back to those Daredevil covers, they're really simple, but they work. They have flow and energy, and there's a story to them. There's a visceral reaction to those. It's a good visceral reaction.
Yeah, those days are gone. I can't run the mile and a half under 10 minutes anymore. So those days are gone.
Terry. You're going to start collecting all these bad covers that are bound to be cheap and becoming infamous like the ASM
So I saw that ASM, by the way. That was at a con here in Tennessee. I want to say 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. So I actually got to see that book.
Yeah, I'm not going to be as nice as Big Rob. I used to love Frank Miller, but this cover, if it's based off this black and white, right? This is before it's colored. That looks very elementary. Like it looks like some middle schooler drew that.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. That's the problem. Like It hurts me, but at this point, I don't know if he's increasing the value of his past covers or he's devaluing them because of this cover.
Yeah,
like because of these covers. And I'm being serious because it's it's getting to a point where I if I was starting collecting today new, I wouldn't like Frank Miller at all. I'm telling you right now, if I had no idea what comic books were, who the other past artists were, what he's done in the past, and I saw this and this is Frank Miller, I'd be like, yeah, we would judge it even harsher. Like if it, it's just, I don't like it. I think the color is good. The color is way better. It hides a lot of like the
sins.
yeah, and almost the immaturity of the art. So, obviously, I agree with Alonzo. This is yuck. If you want it, go get the colored A version.
Yeah, I agree. The cover's trash, but I think you're being dramatic by it's going to diminish his past. I'm like, there's no way.
No,
his past.
It's just the opposite.
Yeah. No, I was exaggerating that, but I'm saying his past covers are definitely going to be more valued now because you're never going to get those covers ever again.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, obviously it's a money grab. Obviously this shit's trash, but am I going to tell a man not to make a check? No.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I agree.
But I'm like,
I'm not saying
if I want his great work, I just go. I don't have all his old shit. I can still collect his old stuff all I want. I'm like, it's out there and it's pretty.
They're still they're greatly sought after.
Yeah, they're mostly they're really affordable. Most of that shit kind of tanked anyway, so it's like it's pretty affordable nowadays. His old books. So let's move on.
Ooh.
All right, Blood Brothers, Mother. That's a weird combination. 3, 1 in 10 by Ariel Olivet, and this is the Legends of the Fall sequel, I guess. Jeff.
Very very movie poster like.
Yeah.
My only question here is it looks kind of like he's taking this off of a photo, like he's copying a photo here.
I wonder if there's photo reference.
That's what I'm really wondering.
Well, maybe he got a couple of friends to stand there, right? And he just kind of took their picture and he kind of drew around the picture, right? So
maybe could have, yeah, absolutely. I mean, but then these guys all look like, I don't know, Josh Hartnett and like Jeff Bridges, and you know what I'm saying? Like it looks like those guys. So he might have photo referenced many of those guys as well. So it's good art. Obviously, it's got a Liefeld problem, no feet.
Yeah, it's true.
But I dig it. 1 in 10 is fine. Never heard of this book, so I wonder what it's about. This kind of makes me a little interested just because you don't see a lot of Western comic books anymore.
No.
So I can appreciate that, and this might actually get me interested because the cover is so well done. So I dig it. It's cool for 1 in 10. Yeah, I'd say it's a incentive cover, sure.
all right, Mike.
If this really is 100% art from Olivetti, it is astonishing and cover of the week kind of astonishing, but I don't think it is. I really think there's got to be some photo start going on here. It's just too. It seems too obvious to all of us that it's probably a photo to begin with, which is too bad. But overall, the cover works. 1 in 10, I can get behind it. Great poster look to it. I agree with Jeff. It's cool to see a Western. That people don't try that very often anymore because it doesn't really sell all that well usually. At least the old ones don't anyway. So yeah, it's cool. $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, sure. But man, I really hope I can find out that this is full art. If it's full art, then wow. But I really don't think it is.
Yeah, because that is a lot of good details.
It's
But I will tell you one thing. That looks like Han Solo in front and Jeff Bridges on the left, or two versions of Jeff Bridges.
yeah, at different ages. Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
It is what, Igor? Because I don't.
It is.
You said it's original art.
I doubt it. Prove it.
It's real art.
Prove it.
Yeah, do you have him drawing it?
Where'd you see it? Did you see it drawn?
I'm pretty sure Igor will dig it up for you. And
I know that's why I'm saying it like that because I know he will. And
he will.
I'm playing devil's advocate, but like seriously, if I can see it being done, I'll eat all three of their hats. I really don't buy it. I think it had to have been a photo to begin with.
Odds are it is, but I'll say this: I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But
All right, go there right now.
If I find out it's bullshit, then I'll definitely call him on it, right? So
you go to his IG right now.
But we'll get here. We'll start friendly tone here. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so.
Where is it?
I really, really hope so. Because if it is, then he's got
bullshit, Mr. Handman. All right.
But I see his other art on IG. So
yeah,
that doesn't mean this is done that way.
Yeah, right. Because hey, man, there's people we trusted in the past and they burned us. So
so many people.
All right. There you go. We gonna pick Mike's favorite genre, Star Trek. Star Trek Defiant number 22, the 1 in 10. This is by Takashi Okazaki. I'm assuming the same artist who did the Star Wars stuff. So
yes,
it is very familiar. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's pretty fucking badass. You got a Klingon, possibly Worf, and in front of him, I can't tell who it is.
Oh my god, I just got it because I was like, I thought it was Star Wars, and then you said as a Klingon, I looked at his head and I was like, oh god, you're right. This is a Star Trek book.
Yeah, I can't tell who's the front of Romulan. Is it Picard? I'm not sure. It has kind of.
It's got to be a human.
That piece is not on his IG. Conspicuously not on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's great. He's great. There's no doubt. He's great. I'm looking at other stuff, and it looks really cool, but it doesn't look that realistic.
Well, as the resident, I think we all like Star Trek on this panel. I love Star Trek, to be honest.
Oh, I was talking about the Olivetti. I'm sorry.
No, I know you're still on. Yeah, we don't know. There's no real proof on IG, right? So. But this one, dude, I love it. I think it's a badass. It's very similar to the Star Wars stuff he's done. He just transferred.
Well, that's his art.
I know it's the same style to Star Trek, and it makes fucking perfectly good sense to me. He makes the characters look badass. I am shocked that Star Trek Defiant is still going. They're on issue 22. I thought it was a 10 issue and or less kind of a run, and they're already issue 22. Since I've bought some of the issues from this run off and on. This particular run has produced some pretty badass art up to this point, and this is another one to the run. So this is now becoming a pretty good run from Star Trek, and IDW has been pumping them out. So I like it. 1 in 10. You're not breaking the bank. You might find it under $10. So Jeff.
I'm sorry. I love his art. I love the idea that he's doing it now for Star Trek. I'm with Big Rob. I'm a big Star Trek fan as well. I love that whole world, and just to have, I don't know how they say this, like that summarization. Oh, that's so bad. Summarizing, these characters it's just like making a different universe kind of thing. I love the fact that the Klingon has the Klingon homeworld emblem on his chest plate. He's got the damn it, I don't know what the hell, I keep forgetting these words, but his weapon, the bakla or
the bucket. I can't even say it in the way too, baklava, the
Yeah.
fucking Israeli candy, sweet.
Yeah, I almost said that. That's why I was like, let me just stop saying it. Anyways, I can't tell what the emblem on the belt is for the other warrior, so I think that's what will tell you where he's from. But yeah, I dig it. I guess
It's the bat lift. I just remember
thank you.
the baklava.
Oh no, I was like, wait a minute, it sounds really wrong.
That's a Jewish sweet.
Baklava.
Yeah, the baklava. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I'm surprised the Defiant's going on this long too. But it must be good. It must be at least decent if people are buying them.
I tell you one thing, man. Trekkie fans are fucking hardcore. They're down to the fucking forever, man.
That's probably true too.
They back this franchise to the death.
I don't think it'll be necessarily hard to get a 1 in 10.
Nah, it won't.
Nah, I mean, there's enough Star Trek fans around that some stores are ordering 10 of. They must be ordering more than 10 of these.
Yeah, most stores are ordering these 10 of these for sure.
Yeah, so good luck finding it though, because you might only get one per at your LCS. But
yeah, I used to be that guy. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty great. I mean, it does obviously look like all the Star Wars covers that he's done, but his detail is fantastic. It's great pencils and inks, and really hard to not love it, especially if you're a Star Trek fan at all. I think his style really works nicely in this black and white style, in that we get to sales and it'll get washed out by color. Sometimes I think there's color washes on some of these, right? Like some spot color on some of these. Not this particular.
Yeah, the blood orange works great on this one, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it's a beautiful cover, and it's perfect at 1 in 10. I think if you can find this, again, we talk about the IDW 1 in 10s all the time, so I won't beat a dead horse. But if you find it, I say buy it. I think if it's 15 or less, you should just do it.
Yeah, dude.
I do think it was a weird choice to make the color of the trade dress and then the color of that flag. Why was that flag a color? Like it distracts from, like, it kind of melds it. I don't know.
Well, they have to put the trade dress. That's just kind of the rules, right?
But it's the only color on the whole damn thing out of all the characters and stuff. That's just kind of a weird placement.
Takashi probably just drew it first and then realized, oh shit, the trade is going on top. Oh well, fuck it. It's the same color. It's a Klingon color. It's a Klingon Empire logo. It's a color. So I'm not. It's at least it's not a fucking Marvel trade dress. And those if it was Marvel, they would have found a way to really fuck this up. But it's not too bad on this one, I think. All right. Uncanny X-Men, number 8, the 1 in 50 by Miguel Mercado. Mike,
I like Mercado's work, and I like this cover actually, but it's a little on the silly side with that look on Gambit's face. I'm not really sure I love that.
I know, it kind of ruined it.
So I think take some of the seriousness out of it, but I like the angles, I like the colors. It's a lot of blank space in there. Looks like he tried to fill in with that Sentinel in the back and didn't quite do it, but I get there's like an ominous tone to that Sentinel sort of being back there. So it's cool. I do like it. I don't 1 in 50 like it. And I don't know that I like it enough to, but I mean, if I were going to buy it at all, I would be fine with just the regular trade dress one. I think, I think actually the Virgin of it almost shows its sins, which is that it has too much blank space. But I do dig the angle, and I do dig the colors. I just wish his face was a little bit less silly.
Yeah, I feel you. To me, honestly, if that was me, I would ask to remove that platform, remove Gambit, and multiply the Sentinel by 3.
Well, that's because you love Sentinels.
And we have 3 Sentinels, all ominous. That word that Mike was using in the background. Ooh. Yes, Hot Wheels are cool.
Two Hot Wheels.
I know, too. Double the fun.
Car.
original. But yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have just make it all Sentinels, make it all ominous and dark like this. Remove Gambit's silly face out of here, and we'll be good to go. But it's all right. 1 in 50? No, thank you. I think I prefer the trade dress on this one. So, Jeff?
JD, you better get in here. That sounded like Big Rob was hating on Gambit. It's just like, nah, let's just erase the main character on this cover and put it in the background, people.
Well, X-Men 97 did make an irrelevant character kind of relevant.
Wow. Did you just call Gambit irrelevant?
Well, he was until then.
I'm pretty sure he's been a horseman.
Irrelevant.
Okay. I love the character Gambit. Look, he looks crazy weird, but it's cool. But besides that, the cover art, I like the art as well. They've already said everything about the face. It's fine. Yeah, it's not good, but I'm actually cool with the Sentinel in the background, kind of like a what do you call it? An entity, like one of those cosmic entities. It feels like almost.
Hasbro Sentinel there, Mark.
And it almost feels like he drew this the way that, like, it to fit exactly how the trade dress and the letterbox, or like the numbering box would be exactly like the Marvel logo would be. Like, it's actually kind of set up that way, right? So I don't know if he necessarily did it on purpose, but yeah, I think it looks better with the trade dress, in my opinion. Well, not okay. It looks good with the trade dress. I mean, not better.
It fills in all that blank space.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. All that negative space is gone.
Yeah, it's logical.
Yeah. I don't mind any of the choices necessarily. I kind of dig it. It gives me like Transformers vibe, with that layout that he's standing on. So yeah, I mean, cool with it, but I wouldn't pay 1 in 50. If you're a huge Gambit fan or a huge Sentinel fan, I can see why you would try to get the Virgin, but just go for the trade dress. Save yourself some money and use that money to get some older books.
More than meets the Cajun. All right. Let's go.
Jeez, I mean, that's half of his first appearance in some years, depending on when you're not now, but
all right. Just a little, our final book of the night. So I think this art just came out. This is the 1 in 50 Transformers 16 by Homer. No, Homare, I'm assuming. Yeah, where's the donuts? A pretty badass Megatron. Looks cool. I dig it personally. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I really like this. I think I like the way that the angles of Laserbeak are done. He just looks super evil. Like, it's just a really cool, the head tilt, the whole thing. It looks like Megatron's arm's missing there. So he's been through it. This is cool. I like the style. It looks like dulled down metal as a result of, I guess, watercolor is what I'm looking at here.
It looks like you filled it in watercolor, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like watercolor. It could be acrylic, really thinned down acrylic, I guess. But I really like it. It's a good use of space. It's cropped nicely. Not sure I love the white background, but I think if it weren't, I think it would take away from how good the forefront art is anyway. This is a really good cover. 1 in 50 is a tough call, but I think it'll probably get up to the value just because it's a Transformers book and it's actually a good cover on there for once. We don't get a whole lot of good covers on Transformers books, a lot of trash. So this is a really solid one. Kind of has a Granoff-y kind of look to it. I don't know who Homar is. Do we know who this is? Have we ever seen this artist before?
I don't have any memory of them. I am getting old, but I don't remember.
Igor, you troll the Instagrams.
Right.
Have you seen this guy before? What's up with this guy? I like it. I think it's good. I don't think I'd pay $50, but I'd pay half that if I could get my hands on it.
Jeff, thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, now this answers my questions: is how the hell did Optimus Prime get Megatron's arm? And
Rip it out.
yeah, obviously Megatron is missing it. I do like the way he drew Laserbeak and Megatron. I think my only issue here, and it's not necessarily issue, it's more like a question: is that a shadow or is it like a double vision? Because there's a little too much detail on the shadowing, like lines that shouldn't be there or highlights, that makes me feel like this is a double vision. Because like if you look at the bottom left, there are lines that are like almost like a clear white lines going horizontally, and that doesn't happen in a shadow. So
could be a reflection in like a white shiny thing.
Maybe, possibly, yeah. So that's I was just trying to figure out there. Yeah, like a projection on, yeah. So, but I do like how everything's drawn, how everything's kind of muted colored. So this is probably a really cool cover to have. I might wish to have seen more of the red in his eyes. That would have been it, just a little bit more. But yeah, this is. Damn, how does your dog know you're almost done? But yeah, this is a cool cover. This guy goes, it's the last cover, and all of a sudden his dog's jumping on top of him.
Well, you think it's pushing me to fucking push forward? Like, hey, top motherfucker.
He's like, move. Yeah, good cover. I would probably. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be around the ratio range, but I mean, I would love to pay $25-$30 for it too.
Yeah,
it won't be. It'll be more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this would be more than $50. Solid cover. Yeah, there's a shadow there, no double vision. Interesting to see what Homare. Give us a little Italian accent to him. I don't know Italian, but Homare. We'll just see what he does.
I love how you had to use your hand for that. That's great.
You got to do it, man. Homare.
Yeah, he's talking Italian.
Hey. Hey, it's a Megatron, huh?
Yeah. Hey. Okay, usually here, he would agree. So, all right, that's it. No store exclusives. Sorry about that. No store exclusives this week from us. You have to do your goddamn research. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. We're sticking to it. Disclaimer there, Mike.
No artists were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Kind of, a little bit.
Man.
Other than Frank Miller, but
yeah.
Well, we love Frank regardless, man.
Yeah, we still love him, but I don't know.
It's not today.
All right. And remember to stop by Cover Price. Type in Arana14 and get 30 days for unlimited cover price for only 99 cents at coverprice.com. Also stop by Bird City Comics and type in the code TNH10 and get 10% off your purchase. I wonder if you go to their shop now and say, hey, TNH10, 10% off.
Hey, TNH10.
Yeah, hey.
I need my discount.
Do it like this.
I'm Italian, so I can get away with it.
That's why I'm not doing none of this.
Oh, it's like you're seeing Peter on Family Guy, like, bada beep,
bada beep, bada boop.
That's Peter. Peter Italian.
I love Peter.
And then stop by thislaygeek.com and type in Team Nerd Herd. That's us. And save 10% off. Don't mind the grease in the background splashing and splishing. Thislaygeek.com, Team Nerd Herd, save 10% off your purchase. Final thoughts, Jeff. Panthro's head. Any final notes or thoughts?
Final thoughts, final notes. Buy comic books. Love comic books. Have fun. Be a kid sometimes. That's what I got.
That's all you got? All right.
Yeah, just thanks for tuning in to the first show of the whole year. We wish everybody a happy new year and many well wishes and to everybody who is out
Happy
there.
New
So don't forget to let us know what your favorite covers were this week and in the chat. And I hope everyone has their comic book goals for the year, the resolutions, and I hope you get to meet them because I know we all put lofty goals on our list.
Yeah, I need that Comico. That's my goal this year.
What's that?
Comico Primer number 2, man. First Grendel. I've never been able to get one of those. I need one of those.
How are you?
You know, I don't see many of those. I
have a Grendel number 1 remarked by Wagner, but I don't have the freaking primer.
Remember, folks, too, if you have toys with slip covers on them, make sure you remove the slip cover and check the toy. Make sure it's complete before you open it 3 years later because it might not be there. So,
you know what?
Don't be a Jeff.
don't be a Jeff for sure.
Don't be a
If
Jeff.
you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for life. Peace, everybody.